Well, the latest issue of the Doctor Who magazine has continued the 14th Doctor's debut adventure, Liberation of the Daleks. And determined not to be outdone with the first part's cliffhanger, this second part dropped a monumentally surprising one for putting the 14th Doctor straight into what might be imminent death. But we've got a theory for what might about to happen, so don't worry. Roll the intro. Greetings everyone, I'm Jack and welcome to Tardis Central. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest Doctor Who news, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media for the latest Doctor Who updates as well. Anyway, let's get into the theory for today. Liberation of the Daleks Part 2 ended with a mysterious woman being pushed to safety in the Tardis by the 14th Doctor. The Tardis being taken into Dalek custody via hoverbout, and the Doctor about to hit by a barrage of Dalek gunfire as they're ordered to exterminate him. It's certainly surprising to see the Daleks opt to shoot first and ask questions later when it comes to the Doctor. With the cliffhanger in mind, there is of course the obvious fact that the 14th Doctor has to survive, so if he can finally touch down at the end of his adventure in modern day London, to begin his first 60th special and the real taste of his existence. So, the question for once isn't, will the Doctor survive, but instead, how will he survive?
Who exactly are you?
Well, that's the question.
I demand to know who you are! I don't know!
See, that's the thing. I'm a doctor, but beyond that, I just don't know.
You want to know the best bit? This new hand. It's a fighting hand.
Well, we'd like to start by casting everyone's minds back to 2005's The Christmas Invasion, where the newly born 10th Doctor found himself in a showdown with the leader of the Sycorax, once he'd properly recovered from his regeneration. A battle with the Sycorax leader on the outside of his ship, with the winner deciding the fate of Earth. It seemed like it was going to take a nasty turn when the 10th Doctor was knocked down and his hand severed off by the Sycorax leader's blade. But in a surprise turn of events, the 10th Doctor was able to regrow a hand, stating that, quite by chance, I'm still within my first 15 hours of my regeneration cycle, which means I've just got enough residual synergy to do this. I can't regrow my hand and I don't want it to personally. Now, Russell T Davies did make the point in the previous Doctor Who magazine, issue 584, that the comic story was taking place specifically in the first hour after the 14th Doctor had come to exist. And part 1 did show a very rapid move from the end moments of the power of the Doctor into the story. As a result, we think that this newly existing 14th Doctor is going to be able to use his residual cellular energy in a similar way. What specifically? Well, let's take a look at the Let's Kill Hitler from Series 6.
Kill me.
Shut up, Hitler. Rory, take Hitler and put him in that cupboard over there. Now, do it.
Right. Putting Hitler in the cupboard. Cupboard. Hitler, cupboard. Right.
But I am the Führer!
Right. In you go.
Who are you?
Yet another story which was focused on the regeneration aspect of Time Lords. Let's Kill Hitler features the regeneration of Amy and Rory's child, Melody, into the incarnation that is most often called River Song. Though at this stage, she's a malicious person who tries to kill the 11th Doctor, as she has been intended to do so. The main point we're looking at is not her crafty attempts to murder him, instead we're more concerned with her goading of several Nazi troops into trying to shoot her as she flees the Doctor. Now their attempts to actually shoot her falter, because as it turns out, she seems to still be in her regenerating state, and as a result, she was able to rebound their fire and knock them all unconscious with a wave of regeneration energy. Yes, that's right, with this long established idea that immediately after regeneration, attempting to damage a person regenerating can cause some sort of energy discharge, basically the excess energy they still have. It seems like the 14th Doctor will do the same. Rather than avoiding the gunfire of the Daleks, or rather as being rescued, it's more plausible he will be struck by their blast and as a result, releases excess energy upon them. Either impairing them for a time, similar to what's happened in Let's Kill Hitler, or, based on what happens in the time of the Doctor as Matt Smith came closer towards his departure, regeneration energy might even be more explosive and decimate the Dalek forces. Though, if it is the latter, we imagine it won't be the complete destruction of the Daleks on Earth. After all, there are still many parts left to go in Liberation of the Daleks. At any rate, it would be a crafty way for the comic to nod back to those previous regeneration stories. And what we've established if it does indeed use a cliffhanger as an opportunity for the 14th Doctor, basically to have his own moment of excess regeneration energy to use. Kinda cool. But why might this happen? Well, the other thing is if the energy is used up here and now, it would certainly increase the danger of the 14th Doctor going forward. They would no longer have that safety of being immediately post-regeneration, both for the rest of the comic and for the 60th specials. After all, going into those specials, you wouldn't want the 14th Doctor to have a safety net, which you wouldn't be having typically in a TV debut. Indeed, we have to wonder if this is perhaps what Rusty Davies meant about a cut line from a Special 3, basically having lined up with the comic well. Some passing remark about 14 not having any excess energy to help save him from peril. Perhaps, who knows?
Still within the first 15 hours of my regeneration cycle, which means I've got just enough residual cellular energy to do this.
Tip for you all. Never shoot a girl while she's regenerating.
What do you think of that? Regeneration excess energy being used for a cheeky survival? Do you agree with us with the theory, or do you have a different idea about what's going on? Liberation of the Daleks Part 3 will resolve the 14th Doctor's current predicament. So let us know your theories in the comments below, and maybe we'll read out some of the best. If you want to keep up to date on the latest Doctor Who news, lore and more, make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Tardis Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Doctor Who universe. But for now, I've been Jack, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. L&Z. Oh, and don't get exterminated.